Hello, good morning, and welcome to fourth quarter magical business planning. I'm on a few minutes early just so we can get things rolling and, make sure I'm in all the places because I'm broadcasting in 3 channels right now on YouTube, on my Facebook group, Goddess Illuminated, the Pleasure Queen Collective, and on my home Facebook profile. And I was going to add Instagram, but I think I'll wait for next time. It's like, woo, blast out everywhere. Right, goddesses and gods? We'll see who shows up today. Okay. See, there's a couple of people here. Good morning. Hey, Tina, how are you, beautiful? Sweet. I see someone else is here. You're showing up as Facebook user because unless you give this particular streaming service permission to show your profile picture and your name, it'll show up as just Facebook user. So definitely let me know who you are. And we're going to get started in about a minute. I got on early. I'm just going to check the different streams here. I'm sure everybody's feeling this full moon lunar eclipse energy. And oh, awesome. Hi, Jennifer. It feels really magnificent to me. I'm feeling really good. There's definitely been like high intensity, a lot of things happening. So just the best advice is to go with the flow. And we're going to do a collective reading today, and we'll just get the energies going. We're also going to do a beautiful healing meditation that will help you release this past year out of your cells, out of your spiritual centers. It's going to be great. We're also going to do what I call creating an elixir. So I have a 6-week intensive going right now, and it is really focused on the process of alchemy. And what we do in that class, I'll give you a little taste of that. It's basically when we create this elixir from our own spiritual essence. It's not only empowering and healing, but really it does help you shift and move to new timelines. It helps you to keep feeling radiant and healthy. And this is kind of a rough time too, because this is the transition between fall is between summer and winter, and now we're even coming into that transitional space between fall and winter. And as I'm looking outside, I'm in Santa Barbara, the window's right there, and I can see a light rain drizzling. Hi, Tracy. It's showing you for some reason, so you must have given them permission. Tina, you watched Practical Magic last night. My favorite. Hi, Avery. So good to see you. Awesome. So, yeah, when we do this alchemical process of creating the elixir in the 6-week intensive, we spend about a half hour. So I don't have that much time in this format to do the full meditation for that. So we're going to be doing basically just an activation, and just so you kind of get a taste for, oh, this is how this works. This is what it feels like. Okay, Jennifer, it's showing you now. Hi, April. Nice to see you. Okay. The gang's all here. My goddesses. Woo! So just on another note, this is also an important time of year to practice extra self-care. I get really dry, in particular, in California. Even though I live near the ocean, for some reason, I get extra dry and just irritated and, have a hard time sleeping in these transition periods into winter. So I do what's called an abhyanga, and you just take coconut oil, olive oil, sesame oil. There's a beautiful lady named Aparna who has Ishvari oils. It's her company, and they do the Ayurvedic oils for this practice. It's basically you warm up the oil in a pan on the stove, you put it in a bowl, you take it into the bathroom, take off all your clothes, and you just massage all this warm oil into your body. And especially like breast massage, I'm going to do a full-on like breast massage tutorial with a bra on or a bathing suit on. But yeah, for my goddesses, it's an amazing practice. It's so nurturing. And again, it opens the heart chakra, and it actually also helps open the throat chakra. And as we know, as women, and we're looking all over the world right now, particularly in Iran and some other countries where women really don't have the freedoms we have. But even when you do have the freedom, there is this old energetic pattern where literally we're being strangled. You know, the world in some ways basically telling us to shut the F up, right? So the breast massage not only opens this throat, this heart center, it also helps open the throat. So you can speak your truth. So you can tell people who you are, right? And, share your story, which is super important. So, Avery, sleep has been hard. So definitely you could do it in the morning, the evening, but I like doing a morning practice because evening I'm like just kind of done, especially after cooking dinner. But whatever works for you, do try the Abhyanga warm oil. And then, spend time doing your whole body. Maybe spend extra time on your feet. You could also, if you're using just a plain oil, you could put a few drops of lavender oil, especially at night. It'll help you relax. But what I like to do is I like to put it on in the morning. I usually add a little bit of lavender and rose oil and just kind of meditate naked in the bathroom for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. I get in the shower and shower it off. And then, your skin is nice and soft and you feel grounded. And I think that's what's so important as we release this year and move into 2023. Okay. So let me see. Aparna's oils are pure magic. Yes, they are. Warming the oil. That's next level. I don't know who said Aparna's oils are pure magic. Whoever you are, Facebook user, yeah, tell us who you are, because sometimes it takes a minute for your actual profile picture and your name to show up. Okay. So I'm going to start with a really quick energy read for the end of this year. So this is going to be for November and December. And I'm asking our guides and angels, ascended masters, and any deities that you want to call in. Maybe you want to call in a particular ancestor right now. Take some deep breaths. I'm pulling first from the Gaia Oracle. And this is going to help us set the tone too. So what do we need to know for November and December in our businesses? Oh, wow. Loss. Grief, sadness, resurrection. So this is all about, and look at that. We have a blood moon tonight. It's going to be a red moon. Okay. And the bottom of the deck is healing. There's a lot of healing and releasing that's going to happen this month and next month. Let's see the goddess that is presiding over. And I'll go more into the loss card because there's a lot of downloads around that. The goddess who wishes to be with us in this special ceremonial gathering is beautiful. It's Rhiannon. She's a great goddess, is worshipped by the Welsh. She is an embodiment of life, death, and rebirth. So what is loss about? This very much is encapsulated in this beautiful goddess and her archetypal energy. In her realm, there is no death without regeneration. Her name derives from rigatona, which means great queen. A shapeshifter, she can assume any form she wants. She often appears as a white horse. She is a muse goddess and is accompanied by 3 sweetly singing birds who can revive the dead or put the living to sleep. The source of the king's power derived from Rhiannon, the queen, and a candidate for kinghood met Rhiannon dressed as a stag. A regal figure symbolic of rejuvenation, beauty, strength, and instinctual masculine energy. So I am feeling that also part of this, eclipse and cycle for us, as we are, a lot of us, and I think this is going to be probably in everyone's lives in some way, shape, or form. We're closing out patterns, situations that started about 20 years ago. And even 10 years ago. But I think it goes as far back definitely as 20 years. So think back 10 years ago, and then think back 20 years ago. All right. In another myth, she appears as Nimue, or Vivian, the Lady of the Lake. Rhiannon is a beautiful queen of the night, a reminder of the close balance between death and rebirth. She demands that we honor our instinctual and animal selves as a source of creativity, abundance, and order. Rhiannon. So there's our goddess to kind of, she is, often shown, on a beautiful white horse. So think of the horse as the symbol of movement into the next phase of your life. Right? Okay. And we're going to pull a tarot card for the energies for November and December. This is the overall energies in your business or our businesses. Oh, okay. Hi, Nicola. Yes, I remember you. Ooh, Whistler, beautiful area. I love Vancouver too so much. Okay. We have 2 cards that popped up for November, December in the tarot for our overall energies. The Page of Swords and the 2 of Wands. So this is all about, I feel like leaving your comfort zone and testing out new ideas. So that's kind of what I meant when we close out these old patterns, these old situations, old ways of thinking, old ways of being in the world, old ways of doing business. What are the ways that are calling you that might mean that you travel outside of your comfort zone, that you have to investigate? I feel like there's some investigation energy here. Beautiful. So now, actually, I'll leave these cards out. Take a picture of them later. We're going to pick a card for money. Money, money, money. Tell us about our money energy in November and December. We got this beautiful moonlight goddess, repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. So definitely, again, very much about this full moon and also about releasing. And who is the goddess that is helping us with our money? Who is the goddess helping us with our money in November, December? Who is the goddess that is helping us with our money in November and December? Venus. Love it. Makes sense. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and money, and creation. She's a great creatrix and an initiatrix. Like, Venus is not someone that people trifle with. Only not so smart people that underestimate her. Venus is the Roman goddess of grace and love, called Aphrodite by the Greeks. She evolved from an early Italian nature goddess, a bringer of spring blooms and vines, a goddess of growth and the beauty of nature. The goddess of desire, Venus, was the irresistible personification of both physical and spiritual love. She gave her name to the second planet of dawn and dusk, as did her sister goddesses Inanna and Ishtar. The story of Venus's birth tells us how she arose naked from the sea, the source of all life, and a symbol of both the collective unconscious and eternity. It is a wonderful image for the emergence of a young woman into her full femininity. Venus is a striking affirmation of the love of beauty and the pleasure of the senses. Risen from the sea, she is a guide through both the stormy and calm waters of our physical desires and emotions. Yeah, we're definitely in an emotional, very potent time, right? Okay, so I'm going to pull tarot now for money. Money, money, money. What is the richness that we are expecting? Wow, this guy jumped out. The King of Cups, the master of emotions. Imagine motion, emotion. I love this. I feel like this is saying, we have Venus, which is, the divine feminine, and maybe in a sense, this is a form of the Neptunian, watery, divine masculine energy. So really allow the masculine to support you emotionally. And I feel like, when we talk about money and the mastering the emotions, that makes sense, right? Because, abundance and financial prosperity is an inside job. We need to have that mastery. And that could also mean that there is maybe a business offer or investor for your business or some other supporter that you're calling in that either is holding this masculine energy or is an embodiment of, is an actual man. But this, there's no real gender. This is more about an energy. Okay. Interesting cards on the table. What did I do with, here we go. So I want to read the card about loss. So the overall energy from this Gaia Oracle. I want to read this because the writing is beautiful. This card signifies a loss or disappointment of some kind. Perhaps a hope or dream you had now seems destined to fail. Or perhaps someone you love moves away or a partnership seems likely to end. Yet this card also signifies resurrection, like Rhiannon, right? This means that the perceived loss will either not eventuate or what you lose will be returned to you in a new way or form. Gaia, the Earth Mother, oversees this whole event. Feel her loving guidance this very moment. She is here for you and will never leave you, for Gaia and you are one eternally. The wheels of life keep turning. Life is never still. Yet every transformation turns the wheel a little closer to the starting point, and once this point is reached, a new cycle begins and the journey continues. There is no end without a new beginning. So the affirmation, put your hand over your heart. Nothing is missing. Things simply change form. My life is forever transforming to ever greater love. The earth and I are one. I'm forever protected and guided by love. Spiritually, there is neither beginning nor end. Right? Like the card Rhiannon and the Lady of the Lake. This is all about cycles of birth, death, rebirth. It's like a repeating cycle. So as we are moving out of this old cycle of 10 and 20 years and moving into the new, there can be that feeling of, well, what next? or, a lot of times in a lunar eclipse, or maybe the eclipse. I had like some big losses. Mine were like early August, but that made sense because it was about a month or so before the first eclipse that we had, the new moon in solar eclipse in Scorpio. So sometimes you could feel eclipses a month before and even a month after. So just give yourself this time to, again, master the emotions and not to stuff them in, release them, give them some expression, maybe through art. Okay, which I think this is kind of about. So our money card, which is interesting, the number 2, Moonlight Goddess, repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. The Moonlight Angel depicted on this card is here to reflect back to you the repressed emotions you have stored inside you. She is here to heal you through your dreams. But in order for this healing to take place, you must pour out your heart and express how you truly feel. Do this for yourself and for others. Remember, all that you repress not only affects you, but it also affects those around you, especially those you love the most. It is safe to acknowledge your feelings. It is all right to cry. Just surrender and let it all go. You are surrounded by love and the healing energies of the goddess. You are eternally loved and eternally protected. In the coming month, you will reflect on the past, you will give thanks and let go of old hurts and disappointments. Only the loving memories you will keep inside your heart. Then once the chambers of your heart are yet again full of light, a new season begins, a new journey, a new joy, a new passion. So there are so many messages in here about new, starting fresh, starting new. Okay. So let's see here. Move these cards over. I'm going to pull some cards for a few of you when we're done. Let's see. Avery. Repressed emotions right now, your fear of success, definitely working through it. Yeah, good for you. A great meditation that I have been doing a lot lately is I am enough. Because we often feel like we're not worthy, or if it's, the fear of not being successful in business in some way also comes from a feeling of unworthiness, right? A feeling of being devalued. And again, this is something that has been perpetuated by patriarchal paradigm that we're in and that we've been in for so long, and that which is starting to crumble. Everybody's seeing through the veil now, or pretty much everybody, right? Seeing the truth of what that is. So I really just will put my hand on my heart. I write on my mirror, I'm enough, I am worthy. That's a total constant struggle with me, even after, I don't know, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years doing what I'm doing, which is basically I help healers and creatives of all kinds, entrepreneurials, do their work in the world and expand their work in the world by healing themselves, building their energy. And then, obviously I help with the practical little bits about marketing and business. But like I said, even for me, after, I don't know, 25, 30 years of being successful by, not only my own standards, but many other standards, I still struggle with this, but it comes from that I am worthy. So keep telling yourself that, Avery, and it'll really help, I swear. Okay, and I see Suzanne. Post haircut working lunch. Nice. I bet it looks sexy and beautiful because you're sexy and beautiful. Let's go quarter four. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And let's see what April has to say. Yes. So, a lot of people say success is the best revenge, and I'm going to tell you it's not. Being happy, feeling loving towards yourself, no matter what the conditions are around you, that's real success, right? It's not about how much money, how popular you are, how many people you have on your newsletter list, right? So I just say, once you can remember I am enough, you're not even going to worry about enough support out there. Is going to stop looking for stuff out there. It always starts within. You're never going to find it out there if you don't have it within you. And part of that is really working this energy. And we're going to work on that today. Woohoo! I love that. Okay. Hi, Marie. Okay. Tina. Yes. I love it. Yes. Yes. Okay. For some reason I want to pull more cards, but I'm going to move into our meditation. We're going to do a releasing meditation. I'm going to sip of water here. This is something I've been doing a long time. So for those of you who don't know my history or much about me, I was the kid who saw dead people, which was really frightening. And thank God I had such a great mother who is now in heaven, who really was never made fun of me or made me feel like I was wrong or evil or bad for those talents. But she really, she would take me to psychics and psychic fairs and get me readings. And she was the one who was told by a psychic, give her tarot cards. She'll be a really good tarot card reader. And that, wish I knew who that person was, because, yeah, it was obviously something I still do, a way I make a living now. It's pretty amazing. So thank you, Mama in heaven, and whoever that nice psychic was. And from there, I started, my parents got me a teacher who I got basically private hatha yoga classes when I was 12. And at the same time, I also found Joseph Campbell. So Joseph Campbell was the mythologist. He is an amazing, amazing scholar. A lot of, obviously, the archetypes, and how I kind of came into Jungian psychology was through Campbell, the hero's journey, all of that. So like I would say 12, 13, and 14 were quite critical for my spiritual growth. And I remember when I started taking yoga classes, I found this book in the used bookstore called Youth, Yoga, and Reincarnation, I think by Jess Stern, like an old classic. I read through that and was just like, oh my God. So I was just devouring all this stuff at quite a young age and really, not quite sure. I mean, I figured out how to command spirits, like get out of my room, because I was like, okay, I'm allowed to have my own space. They don't have to, right? It wasn't until later, probably like in my early 20s, that I was like, oh, they're coming to me because they want help or they want something, and that's for another story in another book. But what else? Probably the biggest game changer was, I think at like 14, I think it was like 1982, I was given a book by Shakti Gawain called Creative Visualization. Raise your hands if you know that book. You might be really young, so maybe you don't know. She was like the whole pioneer behind affirmations and visualizations for manifestation, basically, and how to visualize the chakras. I mean, I'm sure there are other people that were doing it before her, but she's like, I think her book was published in 1978. So she was the trailblazer. So I want to go back and pick up that book again, because it just would, feel amazing. So a lot of the energy work I started doing very young. And so I'm going to walk you through a very just loving, gentle, healing meditation to help us release patterns of the past as we move into the new year. Okay, so close your eyes. Get really, really comfortable. You can lay down if you want. We're going to take a couple of deep breaths together. Just take a nice deep inhale. Hold it at the top and exhale. And now in the next inhale, I want you to scrunch up your shoulders all the way up to your ears. So inhale, squeeze your face, squeeze all your muscles, and then exhale, let everything drop. Take one more deep breath together. Inhale. Hold it at the top. And just release, leaving any tension, stress, worries outside of this bubble. We are now going fully into our ritual time together, collectively, holding each other, holding the space. I call in Archangel Michael and all the guardians and love, the deep love of the goddess Venus, Rhiannon, Morgan Le Fay, the Lady of the Lake, the Stag King. We have this beautiful council around us, protecting us. So first I want you to feel the energy of Mother Gaia just reaching up, like coming up through your roots. You could even send down a root or a beautiful shoot from your root chakra down into the earth. But the energy is, you don't even need to do anything. It's just bubbling up and it's coming up your feet, up your legs, up your pelvis and your torso, just massaging and just surrounding every organ in your body, all the way up your torso into your chest, down your arms, up your neck, up all around your back. You can even just do a little bit of just movement, gentle movement side to side, and let that energy move up your spine. So awakening the Kundalini at the base of the spine. So feel that heat, feel that tingling. And I want you to send that energy all the way up all your chakras, all the way up through the top of your head. And you're connecting in through the stellar gateway chakra, really high above your head, 3 to 6 feet. Feeling totally connected. And this beautiful ball of light forms above your head in the same area as the stellar gateway chakra. It's a beautiful golden orb. And I want you to put your essence, your soul, inside this golden orb. And you're going to begin to drift up, way above your head. You're above your house. You're above the clouds. You're seeing airplanes. Now you're seeing the stars and the planets, and you're rising higher and higher into the universe. Past the Milky Way, all these different dimensions, and you're just flying up. But you're safe because you know you're anchored to the earth. She's holding you. So don't be afraid. Don't worry. You're flying up towards the beautiful creator of all that is. And you're going to pass through all these different lights and layers of the universe. You feel the top of your head tingling maybe. And you're going to see a beautiful, beautiful bright white light. It's sparkling and twinkling. So I want you to go directly into that light. And this is where we co-create everything. Maybe it's called the vortex to you. You can call it whatever you want. But it's this beautiful divine energy. I feel like it's the energy of Sophia, the feminine face of God. Some call her Shekinah. Again, names and labels do not matter. Literally, all you need to do is sense this energy and this light and its warmth and this feeling of safety. So I want you to allow that golden ball that you're in to just dissolve. And now you are swimming and drenched in this beautiful white sparkling light. And invite that beautiful light into your body as if your cells of your skin, the pores are just drinking it in. And allow a healing to take place right here, right now. Allow this energy to go all throughout your body, anywhere in your body that you want it to go for healing. And to also heal your emotions, to heal old beliefs that bring up fear and sadness. And again, those repressed emotions, old disappointments, old losses that those cards were telling us about. Allow the white light to just permeate all those places. Feeling them neutralized and carried away, dissolving. And maybe there are people connected to these feelings, to these losses. And just also surround yourself and them if they come up in a pink light, the pink light of compassion and love. Not condoning their behavior, but allowing yourself to release attachment to their behavior, to release attachment to a pattern that you've been carrying, maybe for multiple lifetimes, that invited any kind of disrespect, violation, abuse. More than that, it's this compassion for yourself to heal and to move into a state of ease and self-love and growth and development and forward movement. So the more you can release right now, if tears come up, if feelings come up, allow them to come up and just surround everything with pink, this pink and pearlescent white light, healing it. I know for me, I'm seeing Venus and Sophia like pouring this liquid light over me to cleanse me, to clear my aura. Maybe for you, it's an angel or a different deity or god or goddess, a beloved, passed on, loved one. It doesn't matter. Allow this experience to be your own. Continue to breathe deeply and allow the process to just to do its thing. There's nothing you need to do except being aware, being accepting, and loving yourself in this moment. Remember, I am enough. Beautiful. So now I want you to begin to form that beautiful golden orb around you again, feeling renewed. And begin to descend back down to your body, coming back to the present time and the present place. Slowly floating back down, bringing back that healing energy back down to earth. When you feel like you are in your body, you might want to rub your body, pat down your body, give yourself a little scalp massage, and open your eyes and come back to the room. Hey, fantastic. So now we're ready to do a little bit of planning. So I want you to think about, now that you've released a bunch of junk that you no longer need, that you've released, how do you want to close off this year? What would make you feel luscious and successful? Of course, from the place of I'm enough, from the overflow, right? Not about the grasping success, but the real success. And what does that look like for you for the November and December? How do you want to close off this year feeling like, oh my God, yes, 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 right? I'll give you an example for me. There's a workbook that I've been working on for this workshop that it was a mastermind I did called Venus Soaked Business. I have this beautiful print workbook and I never completed because I kept running into problems with, formatting it and designing it. So it's like, I'm this close, this close. So that is my job this month, is to finish that. Just finish that book, get it on Amazon, get it to, I think there are two ladies. I think it was Chris Basima and I think Jennifer Brown. I think those are the two ladies that actually I need to get that book to. And then it'll be available to everybody else that wants it. But it just, you know what I mean? It's like, maybe there's some old projects that either you want to really just wrap up or say goodbye to. I am the queen of having way too many things like percolating. And when those things get left undone, it drains your energy. So yeah, tell me in the comments. Let's see. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, good. And Jennifer, I can't wait to see it. I know, like 2 years later. I'm glad, Avery. I'm glad that you enjoyed the meditation. So if you have a notebook or if you're typing on your computer, in this month, November and December, what are the things that you really want to accomplish? So another thing I want to accomplish is really getting back to my yoga practice. I mean, I've been I think since COVID, pretty much I've been like all over the map with it and it just hasn't stuck. And the same with my dance practice, studying all of the stuff that my beautiful teacher, Lisa Beck and Daniela Riva, which is a lot of like Indian temple dance. And I also love Koya, which is like a free form dance of the soul, very archetypal. At some point I started getting a certification in that. I never finished it. So I'm just making a list of all these things for myself that feel easy, because we obviously don't want to overwhelm ourselves, right? We want to do this from that place of being the queen of our realm, being like fully centered and grounded and feeling like, oh my God, I completed this. Even if it's the smallest thing, it does not matter. Now, it could be something like, you know, um, you haven't had your nails done in a while, or haven't had a massage in a while. Those are accomplishments. That's success right there. That's like, boom. Having, a morning practice where you're rubbing oil on your body or massaging your breasts. I mean, breast massage for women is the thing. And plus, I even taught this to Seraphine, my daughter, who's 14 now, but I taught her when she was like, I don't know, I think she was like 10 or 11. And she's massaging her breasts, and I mean, she knows like what her breast feels like. She'll know like if there's a lump there. I mean, it's a great way to help prevent or to catch early signs of breast cancer. Um, so I can't, and again, it opens up the heart chakra, the throat chakra, this whole chest area, just, and you just radiate this love energy. Again, because it's coming from the overflow, which has been the lesson for me over and over again. Whenever I get like, "Ah," it's always because I'm overgiving and overmothering, because overmothering keeps us in the patriarchal grind. We think we're being helpful. We think, oh my gosh, this is going to be the game changer. And in the end, we're just giving, 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 and not receiving. There has to be give, receive, give, receive. It has to be an equal, balanced process. Good morning, Colleen. So Avery, you have a few unfinished workbooks and website pages. Great. So, look at what you might move some stuff into the new year, right? Because everybody knows in January, it's like after like the hangover of the holidays, and I don't think anybody really is like, yeah, let's charge. I mean, I like mid-January around my birthday, it's January 11th, 111. I definitely get charged up. But, if you need to put stuff into January, fine. You want to finish your book on the regeneration of the feminine, ending the last 2 chapters. April, woohoo! Love it. Yeah. So the other project that I have too is a book project that I started 3 or 4 years ago, and I have another one that's even older. But the 3-year-old one is called Unbound. Another one that never made it to print. I have like a course. I have all these things, but I still have to like do like the revision of the draft and just get it out there. So that's going to be November and December, and probably into January. So what's nice is to feel that sense of accomplishment at the end of the year, that you just can go, oh my God, yes. So after you write down what those things are, and of course, we're moving kind of fast, so you can go back and add more later, but I would just try to keep maybe 3 things, and then have a backlog, of all the other stuff. Maybe keep it in like a Google like spreadsheet or something. But your top 3 things, just put them on your computer, put them on Post-it notes, put it in your calendar, schedule time. Maybe it'll take a little time every day. So what are those things in your business that you want to finish this quarter off strong? And some of those things might be paid offerings too, which is fine. Like you might be like, yeah, I'm bringing in X amount of dollars, because you want to think about for your planning now for 4th quarter. There's what's coming up: Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday. There's a lot of different promotions you can run in November. And then December, for all of this beautiful, amazing, witchy women, of course, is the solstice, Yule. For people that celebrate Christmas, I celebrate it all. I love Hanukkah too. I mean, really, there's so many amazing, amazing holidays in December. And again, when you're thinking about these things, what would make this easy for you? What would be fun? What does your audience want? What are people praying for? So again, going back to my example, I help healers, Reiki healers, shamans, priestesses, therapists, coaches, astrologers, tarot readers, writers, artists, musicians. I help them monetize their magic so that they can expand their influence in the world, so they can have that powerful impact they want to have and make money. So that's what I know my people want. So kind of look at what is your audience really needing? And then look at those different dates on your calendar for those promotional periods and start working on the marketing now. Start working on what you want to offer that would just feel like, oh my God, like they would just be like, thank you. That is exactly what I need. This is awesome. This feels amazing. I need to finish my website studio about page with the, oops, that went down, with the work with me section. Yes, you can do it. This fourth quarter is a great time to kind of look at your website and audit it. Like, oh my God, that about page is like 10 years old. I recently had to update mine, and I was looking at my homepage. I'm like, okay, it's a little, I mean, it's not completely outdated. There's still some stuff that's relevant, but it's like, okay, yeah. So definitely do an audit of your about page, your home page, and then look at your services page. What are the services that are like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, or things that you sell, I don't want to sell this anymore. Cut it out, let it go. There's always more. There's always more inside you, always more waiting to just be like, come out. And right, I mean, that's why we're here. We are here to co-create with the universe, with the goddess, whoever you're co-creating with, your soul. And that's what the business is. Your business is an expression of your soul. It's your brand is the different archetypes of your soul that are blending, growing, evolving. To me, everything's an alchemical process these days, but it's magical. It's all magic. Oh, thanks, Marcy. I'm glad you like it. Suzanne, one of the main things you need to get done in Q4 is to get some foundational planning for 2023 Q1 offering you're doing. Awesome. Aside from that, you'd like to book 2 to 3 more tea parties at the shop and figure out how belly dance and singing fit into your life now. And yes, yeah, like I was talking about getting into my dance practice. It's like, and yoga, it's like, that's like been my thing since like 12 years old. And I'm like, I've been just not great. But that's, again, all those things fill you up, and they fill up your business with a lot of energy. So my 6-week intensive, we're running into an hour. So hopefully some of you can stay on longer. If you can't, I totally get it. You could always come back to the replay, because I'm going to keep this up forever. It'll be on YouTube and Facebook, and in my Facebook group, the Pleasure Queen Collective. So we work on the 12 chakra system. And what I do is I teach you how to blend chakra energies like how the alchemists did, and create elixirs. And this is something that I've done, and there's a whole story behind that, but I channeled it from an orb that kept coming to my room in 2009. And so it's been big stuff. But what I also do in that course is we look at an offer, and figure out how to make that offer like delicious, like candy for the soul for your audience. We look at the marketing, and we also look at the astrology of 2023, so we can figure out, okay, here are the best times to launch this kind of thing or to do this sort of work. So it's a really beautiful program. It starts November 13th, so Sunday. So in about 7 days, 6 days from now, I will be starting the second round of it. The first round has been amazing. One lady, she said the meditations have been next level for her. And when she practices them at home, she had her friends with her. And between all of them, I think within, I don't know, matter of hours or days after doing the meditation, collectively, they made $8,000. Like, and she said it was the meditation. It's incredible. So the meditations are long. They're like 30 minutes, because it's an alchemical process and there's a lot of different steps. So I'm going to lead you through just a sample of it. And this is from the second week, where we really talk about, the quantum pleasure and, building the energy and combining the energy between your sacral chakra and your heart chakra. Combine, like linking them together and then combining it and making an elixir. So I call this flourishing fusion is the name of this elixir. And then basically what we do is you can either when we generate it, you could put it in a glass of water, which you can drink. You can anoint yourself. You could put it in a bath. You could also anoint or hold crystals and move the energy into a crystal, a healing implement, a wand, your cauldron, whatever you want to do with it. I love that my ladies know each other. So awesome. So awesome. Okay. So we're going to do like a 5-minute version of flourishing fusion elixir. Okay. So it's going to move fast, but I'm probably, for my my gift to everybody for the solstice, I'm probably going to do like a dedicated just meditation for this and give it to my list for free. So if you're not on my list, you can go to my website, chrisseraphine.com, and it'll say, let's get raw. And that's my newsletter. Just sign up there. And there's also, I think, a sign up on my homepage, and you can get this meditation for free, like the full, like 30-minute process one. Okay, beautiful goddesses and gods, please close your eyes again. Feeling fully present in your body, feeling the front of your body from the top of your head all the way down to the front of your toes. Feel the back of your body from the top of your head down to your heels. Feel the right side of your body from the top of your head down to the sides of your right foot. Feel the left side of your body from the top of your left side all the way down to the side of your left foot. Feeling fully present in your body. Feeling charged from that beautiful healing meditation where you release so much. And now you've begun to formulate how you are closing out this year and in the next 2 months. What do you want to offer the world? What is that gift? What are those projects that you are finishing and completing so that you can share them either with those you love or with the whole world, however you want to do it? And now you're feeling that sensing into the marketing and the promotion that you need to do. Is it Black Friday? Is it Cyber Monday? Is it something that you totally make up and that's part of your world, that's part of your distinctive, beautiful brand? What are you doing for the winter solstice and Yule? You're just seeing all these gifts now and offers swirling around you. And what I want you to do is take your hands and place them on your low abdomen over your sacral chakra area. And I want you to imagine a beautiful glass vessel or a crystal bowl, not in your sacral chakra, but in front of your sacral chakra. And take one of your other hand and place it over your heart chakra, right over the center of your chest. And just feel that beautiful sphere of light. It's gold and green and pink, and I'm seeing all kinds of fun colors. I'm feeling really moved by your presence and the love here in our space we've generated. And I want you to feel the sacral chakra energy, which is behind that beautiful glass bowl in your lower abdomen, light up like a beautiful orange sun. I'm feeling some tinglies down in my pelvis and my yoni. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like that pleasure center wake up. Breathe into it. And I want you to now send the energy of your sacral chakra like a beautiful bow of orange light. So it's coming out the front of your body like in a bow shape and going into your heart chakra. So it's not a straight line, it's actually a bow. It's skipping over the other chakras. It's going directly from the sacral chakra to the heart chakra, the fourth chakra. And feel and see that beautiful orange light mixing with the light and the colors of your heart chakra. Feel that area of just, you start to feel like a little bit of bliss, a little bit of a smile might form on your face. So now this beautiful energy from that's been mixing in the heart from the sacral chakra is now going to go down that same rainbow like path from the heart chakra down to the sacral chakra. Now we're mixing the heart center energy and colors into this beautiful gold and orange amber chakra. You might feel again like that pleasure center all the way. You might feel it down into your root chakra now. You might start feeling it in your yoni, in your thighs. It's like, ooh, everything's heating up, right? This is the elixir that we're creating. This is like the alchemical process of awakening of, it's a catalyst, right? Now I want you to see all that beautiful mixed energy that's been combining and flowing between the heart and the sacral chakras begin to enter this bowl in front of your sacral chakra. And it's filling this bowl up, and you're just seeing it mix and just combine and sparkle. So take your hand off your heart, and now we want both hands just in front of that bowl. You're not touching your abdomen anymore, but you're maybe an inch or two away from it, and you're just allowing it to stir. So you can even do some subtle like circles or pelvic tilts front and back. Just kind of like you're taking that bowl and mixing the energy. Yes, yes, yes. So I want you to transfer that bowl from your hand. You could either send it out into the world around you. You could put it on another part of your body. You could put on a crystal. You could put on a glass of water, like I'm going to do. And just allow that energy to shift into this object. And maybe you have nothing physical in your hands, but maybe you're holding this new offering that you're giving to the world for the fourth quarter, and putting all of this elixir into that object, into that project, into that offering. Your hands are going to be tingling in other parts of your body. And yes, let that beautiful, what I call flourishing fusion of your heart and sacral chakras, whatever that elixir looks like for you, let it blend in with your cells throughout your body, send it out into your aura. Take nice deep breaths, and I'm going to drink mine. Mm. Some people actually get an amrita kind of flavor in their mouth from it. They will get like, because it's very sweet energy. And sometimes you'll get a scent, or you'll hear a sound like that's even a super sound. Like it's music, but not. It's something very celestial and higher vibration. So when you're ready, come back to your body. Stretch out my legs a little bit. And I would love to hear how that felt for you. Yeah, my water tasted sweet. I was like, whoa. Yeah, so this is part of the process of that 6-week intensive. So um, for my ladies, I do have 3 partial scholarships available. So you can email me and let me know if you want it. So the full price of the program is 1,444, and the partial scholarship is I give you $1,000 off, and it's $444 for the 6-week intensive. And you can also split that up in a couple payments if you need to. So just talk to me if you're having any kind of financial issues and you feel like this would really help you. Just let me know. I'll work with you on it. Okay. It's been amazing to teach. We're on week 3 now, or week 4. We're like at least halfway through the first session, and we're going to start the second session. Second round begins on Sunday, November 13th. And it's such a delight to teach, and it's exciting to see people's lives change and people bringing in money, because that's the point, is the miracles, magic, and money, and getting your business messaging and brand story on point, getting your offers like ready to go, and just like singing their own song, live. And it's just the energy feels amazing. um So yeah, I hope you join me. I don't know when I'm going to teach it again next year. So this would probably be the time to take it if you want to jump in. And it's probably going to be part of a bigger program next year, but I'm not exactly sure yet. So I will keep you posted. I'm going to keep drinking this water. Mm, good. Feeling amazing. April, incredible, iridescent between the chakras. Yeah, beautiful, right? I've never seen anybody do this work, but I feel like this is how the alchemists worked a lot with energy. Um, and I also give a very full lecture in alchemy, so you really can understand what alchemy, how it works, and the history and the background. So With that said, please join me, email me if you need more information or want to, do a payment plan. Like I said, I'm open to it. I want to be there to help you guys. So I'm going to pull some goddess cards for some ladies here. So I know Avery and April were first, so I'm going to pull one for them, and then I'll pull as many as I can for whoever's live, just so I don't have a ton of time. I have to make my daughter her like late breakfast, early lunch. Let's see, Marcy, you got this charge to write a recipe. Ooh, yes. Oh, thank you, Marcy. I'm just excited to do this work and feeling blessed that you're all here. Avery, 100% Avalonian work too. It gave you so many memories while doing this. Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right. Avery, let's see what goddess is coming up for you. Inanna. Beautiful. She's the ancient Sumerian mother goddess. So she's the goddess that goes to the underworld. So I don't know if this is something, if you've been called to do some really deep inner soul work and some, shamanic retrieval, soul retrieval even. She has to go through each of the 7 gates. So the 7 gates to a lot of people were the 7 chakras. Again, very alchemical. And she takes off a piece of her clothing at each of the gates. And she has to meet her sister in the underworld completely naked. So as her complete authentic self. So what a beautiful time for you, Avery, of transformation and empowerment, stepping into that queenhood. Okay. So April, I'm going to pull a card for you. Since you posted earlier, who is the goddess coming forward for April? April, you got Hina. Beautiful. She is a Hawaiian goddess. She is said by some to be the original creator of the world. The goddesses and gods and human beings. One story tells of her love affair with an eel who was killed. She buries his head, and several days later, the first coconut tree springs forth from the grave. Hina is perhaps best known as the woman who lives in the moon. There she creates beautiful tapa cloth from the bark of the mulberry tree, which we see as clouds surrounding the moon. Hina represents the part of ourselves that creatively brings forth nourishment, even in the midst of what appears to be death and decay. Look at that. Very powerful. You're welcome, Avery. Okay, so who else is here? It looks like Colleen, Jennifer, Marie, and Marcy. Okay, Colleen, let me pull a goddess card for you. We have a few more minutes, so if I don't get to everybody, I'm sorry. I'm doing another class on this coming Friday on November 11th on like healing the womb and healing from past relationship trauma. Excited about that. Okay, Colleen. Who is the goddess for Colleen? Oh, wow. Ishel. She is the ancient Mayan goddess who reigns supreme throughout the Yucatan Peninsula in southern Mexico. Imagine that, a Mexican goddess is calling you as you're getting ready to move to Mexico. I think that's so amazing. She is fiercely independent, allowing no one to own her. She remains free to come and go as she chooses. As a fertility goddess, she makes women fruitful and sends fertilizing rains to the earth. She's particularly honored as a patroness of childbirth and a healing goddess of medicine. Like many moon goddesses, she is the patroness of weaving. Ooh, her energy is midwife to our own creative ideas. So beautiful energy. Wow, that's profound. Okay, Jennifer Brown, we pull a goddess for you. I was going to talk to Jennifer. Jennifer, you got Morgan Le Fay. She is remembered as the enchantress, half-sister of King Arthur. So she is the Lady of the Lake, or one of the versions of Lady of the Lake, an amazing, powerful sorceress, high priestess of the island of Avalon. As Morgana Fata, she is the controller of destinies and knows the fate of each person. She is noted for her healing powers, her knowledge of healing plants, and her prophetic vision. Like a shaman, she is a shapeshifter, able to take on many forms. She represents the deep place of healing magic within each of us, the center where wisdom and healing flow even in the moment of death. The ambivalence with which she is traditionally represented echoes our own fear of her deep and ancient wisdom. Yes, she was very much feared as, you know, in a lot of mythologies, she is like kind of the undoing of Arthur, and, considered, she's also considered a dark goddess. So she's a dark and light goddess. Very powerful, Jennifer. Okay, Maurice, Twinkle Marie, let's get you a beautiful goddess. The goddess wants to speak to Marie. She's coming forward. Oh boy, I cannot pronounce his name. That's her name. I'm like, whoa. Let's just call her T for now. She is a Toltec Earth Mother, the goddess of carnal love and desire. Woo, girl. Like Kali in India, she's portrayed as a horrible, devouring figure, yet is also honored as a moving, creative principle. She is sometimes pictured as four sisters, the four ages of woman, who are present at the crossroads of one's life. She is best known as the eater of impurities. Once in a lifetime, a person confessed her worst deeds and sins to T, holding back nothing. In return, the confessor received absolution. No impurity or defilement was too great to be forgiven. She is that deep part of ourselves that we fear because it is so powerful and unfamiliar. Yet when we touch her through her fearsome countenance, we find absolute mercy. She is proof that anything that can overwhelm and destroy us also has the power to heal and grant forgiveness. That's big energy, Marie. Wow. Okay, Marcy, you've been debating a blog. Oh yeah, I did tell you years ago you should be a writer. It's been reaffirmed in a lot of ways. Oh, I can't wait to hear about it. That's awesome. And congratulations, new bride. Okay. Who is the goddess for Marcy? Who is the goddess for Marcy? Oh, wow. Medusa. So interesting. So Medusa is a Greek goddess who was considered the most beautiful woman. And then she ended up basically being tricked by Poseidon or raped. We're not sure. There's a few different myths, but she is basically defiled sexually in the temple of Athena. And Athena gets so angry that she turns her into the Gorgon, this woman with snakes and eyes that could turn a man to stone, because Athena was so angry. So it's Medusa's story is a lot about that beauty and innocence that we sometimes lose, when we grow up or when we go into the workplace or have to deal with any sort of cruelty, right? So it's interesting. They're showing Pegasus because Pegasus is the winged horse, which to me, for you, represents this, lift off. This, what is that potential to fly, to go to other realms, especially through your writing? And so Pegasus came actually in mythology when, Perseus slays Medusa because she's a monster at some point. He cuts off her head, and then out of her body springs Pegasus, the winged horse. So it says that she is associated with the great goddess and the mysteries of moon blood or menstrual blood. And she's also the source of life. She is serpent energy, enlivening, terrifying, and impersonal. Somehow Medusa, symbol of growth and generation that dies so that from death may come life, became a symbol of fear. For to look directly upon the divine is to face a terrifying reality. Pegasus represents instinct, wisdom, imagination, life force, and intuitive understanding. Wow, that's really powerful, Marcy. Whew. Awesome, girl. Okay, I see someone said me, please, and I don't know who that is. So it just says Facebook user. So I'm going to, this is my last one because I have to jump off, and I'm going to pull. The goddess for you. Who is the goddess for you? And thank you everyone for staying on and for being a part of this broadcast and blessing me with your presence. I hope it was helpful and healing and fun and activating for you, that you're now like, okay, yeah, let's do something with this next 2 months and end the year feeling really on fire and strong. Okay. So Facebook user who I can't see the name of. Oh yeah. Nicola. Okay. You got Hera. I love all the peacock feathers. Hera is an ancient goddess who, before she appeared as wife to Zeus in Greek mythology, was a powerful matrilineal queen in her own right. Hera is the original all-powerful multifunctional goddess responsible for every aspect of existence, a symbol of the complete woman. Among the Greeks, Hera was the goddess of marriage, a special goddess of women who accompanies each woman through every moment of her life. Her various titles point to her roles as bringer of fertility, goddess of marriage, protector of children, of women during childbirth, and she's also the goddess of money. Woo, cha-ching. And presider over all aspects of public life. She was often represented with the peacock, symbolic of beauty, luxury, and immortality. The spots on its feathers reflect the starry firmament, and the peacock has knowledge of the weather, reflecting the ancient role of the goddess as bringer of the seasons. Here, Hera is a mature, powerful goddess combining both practicality and nurturing, a strong image of the supremacy of the queen within. So yeah, let's take this for all of us. Beautiful energy. Thank you for being here. And I'm glad you're feeling activated. Avery and April, thank you. You're brilliant, my love, as well. And I will see you all maybe next week. I mean, this Friday. It's not next week. I feel like it's going to be a week away. There's a lot between now and then, right? You're adding peacock feathers to your desk altar. Oh, thank you, Colleen. All right, I love you, all my goddesses and friends and supporters. Have a beautiful and prosperous Q4. Okay, bye for now.